So I'm getting my day started today by stretching, doing some light yoga, and then stretching, some light yoga, meditation, and then I'll start running down this beautiful walkway in Chicago. I mean, between the river walk and the lakefront walk, and all the stuff Chicago has added, it's like a whole new city. It's never ending discovering new things, but there's always somewhere beautiful to run. So after I do my stretching out here, I will hold on 1 second, I got a call. Then I'll be doing some light yoga, and then I'll probably be running about 6 miles. So that's kind of my goal for today. These are things, new habits I'm instilling into my daily routines because I've always been spontaneous. I've always just lived. However, I wanted day by day, which is great because I've learned about awareness and a lot of other things. But I do need to have some of those daily activities that I enjoy doing, that's fun, and be consistent. I remember Valerie saying being consistent, and she's right. I wasn't consistent with the things I was doing, so I'm making sure I'm staying consistent as much as possible, and I've got a good balance. It's been actually getting really good. I haven't acknowledged it that much. Something I'm remembering to do is to acknowledge all of the positive changes that I've been making, because in my head, a lot of other things that, I'm always trying to get to the next thing, and I'm not realizing, for one, I mean, I have so much time. I'm not even 40 yet, so taking it day at a time, not stressing out about things, waiting for checks to come in, stuff like that, and to not allow those situations that used to cause me like stress and anxiety, because I wouldn't do anything for days because I'd be waiting on a paycheck, because I'd have to have that the money to be able to do what I have to do, but I don't, so I've realized and still that's just like, no, Chris, you still got to go run, still do this. You're feeling so much better from exercising, it's just sticking to it and just continuing with that new lifestyle, because pretty much starting smoking in 4th grade, trying that, and then smoking weed in 7th grade, drinking in 8th, even though I played sports into high school. But then drugs took over my life. It always did, up until this year. And I've overcame so many, literally every drug that you can think of, I've overcome it. But I realized, like, that's been my entire concept of life, has been like high and having that cycle. And then recently, during my awakening, I've literally seen all the patterns that have been unfolding throughout my life. Every pattern with every relationship, I can see everything all the way back into the past of why they all happened, the way they did, me self-sabotaging, just so many patterns I've noticed, to where I've actually started to see the patterns so much that, and staying so aware every single day, it's almost like I almost not have an amnesia from a lot of past stuff, but I do for a while, because I'm so present and so aware in the moment that I'm taking in so much information. I can't really bring up past experiences really quickly. It takes a little bit of time, because I am because I practice that awareness to be present with my feelings, with how am I feeling, and what's happening with people outside of me that I'm interacting with. How are things different, and how am I different on the inside? And by doing so, I'm able to start understanding different people and the energies and frequencies between us. And I got a little bit obsessed where I was like trying to perfect it so much, which God's not wanting to know that, but there has been a lot of experiments I've done that I've realized some massive manifestations that have been it seemed instantaneously, but I'd even give it just like the next day, boom, everything I've been thinking is there. And with a lot of other belief systems that I've gone through. So it's been a really long journey for me, and I realized that it's a fear of, I've had a fear when I was a child, a fear of missing out, FOMO, and then also oh shit, I just had it at the tip of my tongue. Well, it'll come back. So I had a fear of FOMO, and well, I'll get back to it, but either way, I've just been able to realize through all these different belief systems that, well, I got the complete aha understanding of wealth, success. Although, say for me right now, it's not exactly what's going to give me the happiest fulfillment, but and I understand that. I understand it's love and connection and you know, it's still success, but that's not, you know, the main thing. But for right now, I mean, my main thing is to keep my balance of what I'm doing and stay consistent. But my confidence got so low for a long time in the past couple of years. When my fiance left me, I mean, I was taking ridiculous amounts of Adderall after just going on stints of other drug addictions and then overworking, and somehow, I don't know, by the grace of God, I'm still even here. But through all that, hold on a second, I got another call. Actually, that was a lie. I just forgot what I was going to say, and I was going to let it go and start running. But eventually I'm going to be able to articulate the words of what I've been going through, because I just believe I've gone through a lot, psychologically, mentally, emotionally. And back to the financial thing. That is important now, so I can start. I'm finally thinking of my future, so I want to start gaining assets. I want to, you know, have some rental properties I can own and rent out, and make sure I have enough money into, like, say, my Acorns account, where I'm getting 11% interest right now. For them, you know, get a nice $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 stuck in there at a 10% interest rate. I'm getting loan offers at 6%. I might as well just take all that money from the loan, stick it in that account, and get the 4% on it. So I'll probably do that. But the point being is, I want that financial freedom, then financial independence, and then never thinking about finances ever again. And I understand it's a journey. I've been wanting to get to it instantaneously, because well, that's how drugs work, so that's how my mind operated. But I have been deprogramming. It's been about 5.5 years now, or I'd say 4 solid years. So I have not watched TV. I do not watch the news. I have no idea what the fuck's going on in the news. I mean, I see some of the stupid stuff, but it's very rare. I don't watch any of that. So I had to eliminate all that. I did a lot of binaural beats, a lot of subliminal messaging, reprogramming myself, just constantly learning. Wasn't the greatest idea to do on my own because I picked up about 12 different belief systems. We'll get back to that in another episode. These are just kind of also notes of my different topics that I could talk about too. So, but it's very interesting the perspective I've had, and I came to the realization is how can I show my perspective through forms that give me happiness, joy, peace, bliss. For one, I mean, the brick standing business, yes, it should just be operating, making me money. I shouldn't be having to do anything with it. I have stalled because I don't know who to call. Like, I know the people to call. I just don't know if they're the right people. If I should say somebody in-house, it's like I know everything that's needed. It's I don't know. I just don't trust enough to find the right people, or either way, it should just be making me money. I shouldn't have to do anything with the business. At least after this year, 1 year, if I can get this thing going like the next couple weeks, which actually once I get this going in the next 2 weeks, which is going to be one of my new goals, so you're hearing it now. A goal of mine was to make sure I have a bookkeeper, 2 sales employees, and a laboring team of 4, except I can always get as many guys as I need to from international tradesmen, but at least 4, even if it's just, one salesman for now, and then I could project manage, and then also work with the social media things once the system's kind of in place. And there are certain jobs that I know that we, as salesmen, which I haven't done, should literally be targeting, because to earn the best money and easiest money by doing a very large project, which is just kind of the same thing, which you can't really mess it up. These stone pieces on all of these townhomes all around the city, in the UIC area, they're jobs that you could sit on for like 6 months and just be bringing in money. It's just the same thing over and over, staying this stone, staying this piece, same color, same everything. So those are the jobs that the sales guys are going to be going after, because we want the jobs that I don't really need to have any input with anything. It just has to be done. It just needs to be done. If I have to bring a partner on board to do this stuff for me, so I can just show up and just do what I need to do, but I don't have to deal with any of the other stuff, and I can focus on my health and go to coaching and do some of these other things that I like to do, I am willing to, with the right person, put this all together, because it is all ready to go, and it's ready to go on a bigger level. Like I said, with the social media, I also have the idea, we'll also be implementing the mobile workshop. We've got a customer in Utah that wants brick staining, and a customer in Oakland, California that wants brick staining. Now, between these 2 customers, that's a great road trip, especially if we can get an automobile sponsor and like a trailer sponsor that we are driving out to these areas, and we could put, their marketing, their logos, their labels on, the truck, the trailer, pass some of the stuff out when I'm doing the workshops, put it on social media, and that's the way we should be getting, the transportation to go do that. And then we also will be setting up the e-commerce store, which will be doing drop shipping of the product that we're going to be selling under our label. We get that set up with drop shipping. Also, all the tools that I've perfected how to use, different tools for different, projects, and having them custom made to us so we can sell them on our website along with our e-commerce site, along with the product, the tools, t-shirts, anything that has to do in affiliates with like Amazon, things like that. So these are all the ways to be bringing in money and to get to that financial we don't have to worry about finances pretty quickly, but making sure I'm enjoying the ride, sticking to all my goals, and making sure I do get the help to keep me accountable to stick to my goals, even though I am extremely proud of myself for the self-discipline I've been giving myself to keep myself stuck to my goals, because I have nobody, absolutely nobody, that is holding me accountable to do anything. I put it all on me and said, fuck that, Chris. You did this, and you can do it. Hold your fucking self accountable. If something gets really too tough, get somebody else, which at this time I will be now, just because I want to move quicker to those next levels. But I enjoy you for watching the video, and I'll keep you updated on all the new videos that I'll be posting. Love you. Light, love, happiness. Live in the moment. Be aware. Watch, if you can, learn about the nervous system and how to create nervous feelings, how to get under control, and also, pretty much how to create them, how to overcome them, how to, recognize them. You'll start seeing a lot of different things once you start understanding the nervous system and how to do certain techniques that'll work for you, and be able to start seeing new perspectives. Peace, love, light, happiness, joy, abundance to all. May everybody receive love on this day, and remember to love yourself.